Let's do two example problems. In this first example, we are given that this angle here is 25 degrees. I am looking for x. I'm given the hypotenuse. So I'm going to ask myself, which ratio would it make the most sense to use? Cosine is the opposite over hypotenuse. Sine is the opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is the adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is the opposite over adjacent. When I look, I have the hypotenuse. I'm probably going to use sine or cosine. Looking at the 25 degrees, I'm going to say that I recognize that the sine ratio would make the most sense. The sine of 25 degrees would equal the opposite, which is x, over the hypotenuse, which is 12. To get x by itself, I need to multiply both sides by 12. So 12 times the sine of 25 will give me the measure of x. When I put that in my calculator, okay, you can put it just as it looks like. Make sure you practice just in case your calculator is a little different. I get 5.07. Okay, for the second example, I notice that I'm looking at this 40 degrees, okay, so it's all about the angle that you recognize. The side that is opposite to it is x, and the other side that is given is what we call the adjacent side, okay? I have my opposite and I have my adjacent. So I'm looking, and it looks like the tangent ratio may make the most sense. So the tangent of 40 equals the opposite over adjacent. When I go to solve this, I'm going to multiply both sides by 15, and I get 15 times the tangent of 40 equals x. Some might be asking, why didn't I do the cross multiplication? You can still cross multiply, right? Tan over 4. But you'll notice that when you multiply 1 times x, you'll still just get x. 15 times tan 40, so it'll be the same exact thing. Okay, so 15 times the tangent of 40. You should put that into your calculator and see what you get. Okay, so I get 12.5. I'm going to check my work by saying, can I use a different ratio and still get the same answer? What do I mean by that? Well, let's look back at the original triangle. The first one. So if this angle is 25 degrees, that means that the other angle would have to have been 65 degrees. So again, the ratio is all about the angle you're looking at. So let's say I use the 65 degrees to do this problem. Well, the x is the adjacent side, so I'd be using cosine. The cosine of 65 would be x over 12. Okay, so when I do 12 times the cosine of 65 to get x, again, I'm just checking my work, doing it a different way, using a different ratio, showing you it doesn't matter which angle you use as long as you use the correct ratio. So cosine of 65 times 12 gives me 5.07. So I just checked my work by using a different ratio. And you can do the same thing for the other one. You can find that this is 50 degrees and use tangent, and you'll notice that you'll still get the same answer.